Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a ranked game in my Ragnar, going over the matchmaking the enemy team has in Ohio, Yamato, Des Moines, Venezia, a Yamaguri, Gearing, and a Shimakaze. The map is Crash Zone Alpha, 3-cap domination. And we are going to kick this one off with, well, Ragnar. What I think of it, how to play it, that kind of thing. Excuse me. So right out of the gate, this game kind of turns into a potato fest because my entire team is going to lemming train to C and just leave me out here at A cap. And I see this happening, and I'm going to try to just do the best I can with it. And I am just assuming that if I can do a good job out here on A, or at least delay them significantly, theoretically my entire team going to C, they should win that. More on that later. So kind of the game plan that I'm setting up in my head is setting up just kind of a radar trap. Now I am profiling this game, and I am anticipating that a DD is going to push relatively aggressive up here from B cap in towards A cap, and if I hang out around this island, I am going to limit a lot of the angles that the enemy team can use with their cruisers and battleships to take shots at me while I try to have a nice little one-on-one with an enemy DD. So you can see I'm kind of dipping into the cap, kind of at an odd angle. That's to set up this turn right in here. And I just want to have my stern towards where I think the enemy support's going to be, and be able just to have a nice leisurely fight with an enemy DD. Now, since I don't have any support or anything, there's not really any advantage to me poking my nose out here to spot for my teammates because all their focus is over here. So even though this is kind of a difficult position to be in without any support, there are some benefits that you can use to help yourself out in this situation. You can see I'm just kind of reversing around, gonna set myself up so the enemy DD has capped, and I am anticipating they're going to be on their way shortly. And boom. First customer is an enemy Gearing. No idea why he's spotted so far away, but we're gonna go ahead and use this to our advantage. Enemy DD starts smoking up. You can see shots coming in from what turns out to be a Des Moines. That's telling me let's go ahead and start pumping the consumables. Honestly, I thought I was going to take more damage here than I did. Probably wasted a good bit of that repair. But at this point, we pick up the Gearing kill. And I mean, even without that smoke there, I would have instantly dropped off because everybody kind of kited away and just let me to it. So I traded, 4,000 HP for a full HP Gearing, and I'm okay with that. So gonna circle back around because something about Ragnar is this ship loves to just dumpster US cruisers. You just staying, outside 10 kilometers, probably 11 and a half kilometers is about the sweet spot. And just let your HE shred them. So I'm kind of trolling in here, expecting this Des Moines to circle back around and start pushing. Till then, I'm going to put some pressure on this enemy Yamato. Try to help my team out because he's getting cross shots into my team, and that's a problem. But still, notice my positioning. I'm playing really safe because I've got that smoke screen that Des Moines could pop out at any time and be quite difficult for me to deal with if he gets in close. An obvious limitation to Ragnar is you only have one torpedo and you're it. So unfortunately not getting any real fire damage or anything like that on this Yamato, but he's bailing. While he's maneuvering, that's helping my team out. Now, I think my team is over pushing this. I'm looking at the mini-map. This Des Moines, this Thunderer, these are squishy ships. They're too squishy to be this far up. And I am starting to expect bad things up here because the enemy team has crossfire with Shimakaze torpedoes. You've got the Ohio and the Yamato all shooting this way. And boom, we get lucky with spot on the Des Moines. And we're just going to start in. Now, initially, I'm going to kite behind this island. I'm going to use this island kind of as a break. I'm doing this so I can judge safely how well this Des Moines can shoot. If this guy can shoot, I'm going to have to be a little less aggressive with how close I get to this guy. So I'm just kind of looking around. I don't have engine boost right now. And just taking a look, seeing how he's shooting, get some damage in. I mean, you can see that my HE's just shredding him, and I haven't really taken any damage, so I'm going to circle back around. Now this fire, the Des Moines had repaired one fire. You can see my fire is currently still ticking. It's got a nice unrepairable fire. So this Des Moines is going to bleed a bit more HP, even just with me sitting right here. So gonna start right back in. Now you'll notice I'm gonna be a little bit closer this time, letting the distance close in a little bit more because I didn't really lose too much HP initially. So me being a little bit closer is gonna let me take a little bit bigger bites on this Des Moines. You can tell this Des Moines, he's making a mistake here. He's demoralized shooting at me. They're trying, and that's what they're trying to do. Crossfire on this Smolensk, and they do pick up the Smolensk, but in return, I've got a big head start on this Des Moines. Got my speed boost back up, kind of anticipating that he was going to shift target to me. And, I mean, he struggled to hit me without speed boost. With speed boost, it's going to be just that much harder. Now, I am going to be shifting, am going to be running into an issue. I'm not sure why I'm having so many low hits compared to where I'm aiming. I don't know about that. I gotta do a little bit more testing on that to see what's going on, but something looks odd with the way I've been aiming in relation to what my shells are doing. But at this point, this Des Moines is, he's in trouble. Honestly, I'm a little too far out. I'm gonna circle back in and try to finish this guy off. This is, you know, not ideal for me to be this far out. I just kind of kited, honestly kited too far. But I'm in a position now where I'm going to have to push this Des Moines. And the Des Moines, honestly, he makes a mistake opening up this far out. He should have waited till he was spotted before trying to open up on me. But me pushing him, I'm going to be a much easier target, so I'm going to be trading some HP for this kill here. But my team is kind of falling apart on CCAP. They're just kind of clinging to hope desperately right now, so I need to wrap this up and get moving into BCAP as quickly as possible. And this is one of those things that it just sucks, because this Des Moines overcommitted. He got pinned down, and I mean, there's not a lot he can do. I mean, this Yamato's hanging out here. I'm sure he's going to keep shots on this side of the island, and this Ohio's just going to come around and shotgun the Des Moines. And worse, my Republic, he's going to go push in between islands, so he's not even going to get any real shots on this this Ohio when he comes up and wrecks our Des Moines. And that's just kind of telling me how this whole thing is going to go. And yeah, it's just not looking pretty. And why I'm telling the Des Moines to reverse is if he backs up here, it may give the Republic just enough time to get a broadside shot on this Ohio. But I think the Des Moines pushed forward, tried to go for the ram or something, and I mean, you can't do that on a battleship that just overmatches you. You just get wrecked. And I mean, our Republic picking a fight with a Yamato, come on. I mean, Yamato just dumpsters Republic. So I know this game's a loss at this point. Nothing I can really do about it. You know, pushing into a 3-on-1, come on guys, that's a waste of time. Especially when we've got points. We've got no reason to be pushing. You know, they spot the Shema. But at this point, there's not a lot I can do. Our Republic's almost sunk. So I'm just going to try to set this up the best I can to, you know, make sure I give the best performance possible. And just gonna try to step into ACAP. Now this is just me using the speed boost here is a partial wishful thinking, because if I get into BCAP, I might be able to swing points back towards our favor. But it's one of those things. This game's like 95% lost. There'd have to be something crazy that happened to for me to pull this one out. So I'm just going to do the old gunboat thing as soon as I pick this cap up. Now, this is a good opportunity to talk about different builds for Ragnar. You can see I'm running a concealment build. I'm running this build specifically to kill destroyers. If I was playing randoms or something like that, I would be playing probably AFT instead of concealment expert, and I would just be farming battleships from, you know, 13, 14, 15 kilometers away, and would be quite safe doing that. Here at 13 kilometers of range, you can take some damage. More damage than I would be comfortable with in most instances. And sometimes you just slow into shells like I do early on here. I don't have speed boost to help me juke, so it's kind of an is what it is scenario. I've got two battleships pushing in on me, and this is where AFT would be really nice. I could just kite back. Now maybe one thing I would have done with AFT would have been to pick this fight with the Yamato back here and kite this way where the Ohio can't shoot me. That might be the only thing that I would do different here. I was kind of hoping that I would bump into the Shema and be able to get my radar off, but that's not going to help me out here. So at this point, just still shooting. Again, just this game for some reason getting really low shell hits. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I'm a little rusty at the game, but I don't think my aim is that rusty. Anyway, another good lesson here, use AP. Yamato's a really squishy battleship to AP when you get its broadside. And just look at these damage numbers with this AP rolling in. Oh yeah. I'll take that all day long. Still just juking. Now here shortly, there's the Ohio secondaries. And I know that I'm going to be going down here shortly. I'm just trying to do the best I can. Switching back to HE, Yamato's angling. Hoping that I can get a fire because I believe his damage control's down. But eventually I'm going to switch back to the Ohio and try to get some base defenses. Because he's going to be... The base defenses are going to be a little bit more base XP. There's a fire on the Yamato. That's going to tick. But I'm not going to be long for this world here. See the Shima. Gonna see if I can get some damage on the Shima. Shima obviously is worth more XP than the battleships. But I get finally wiped off the map. And this will be a loss. So how do I feel about Ragnar? Well, this is a pretty damn strong destroyer. I mean, you get into a situation where you can, you've got a DD where you dumpster a Gearing, dumpster a Des Moines. You're looking at something that you should be paying attention to. And then you combine it with the options too. You can either run a concealment build where you're more of a destroyer bully, or you can run an AFT build where you're more worried about where you're going to prioritize cruisers and battleships first, and then just push in. And if a destroyer wants to get in your way, you just radar him anyway and kill him that way. A lot of different, well, those are the two different ways to play the ship. One other tip that I would give you, because you don't need to run a flooding flag, run a ramming flag, and that way you can hit a little bit harder if you need to make a last stand somewhere. And if you get the ram off, the ramming flag can help you inflict as much pain as possible. Anyway, this is a premium, so this is what you can expect to earn off that a game like that. Anyway, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. Hope you guys are having a good night. As always, invites to the community Discord and my Patreon channel will be in the video description, and I will talk to you guys later.